Alrighty, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar on the onboarding process through your branded app. We are very excited to show you our new integration feature with InfoTrack that allows your clients to complete their WebVOI checks through your branded app. I'm David, one of the client relationship managers here at Perfect Portal, and I'll be running through today's webinar with you. In today's webinar, I'll be running through a live demo of the system, mainly focused around the client journey from start to finish. In the demo, I will be using our Leap integration. Look, we are looking for clients who would like to beta test the WebVOI with non-integrated practice management systems. So if you are interested, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be running a live Q&A at the end of the webinar. So if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to use the Q&A tab on the top or bottom of your screen. So in saying that, let's get started with our live demo. And what you see on your screen at the moment, this is our dummy law firm. So this is Daniel Carson. So you can see here that I got the Daniel Carson app just on the right-hand side of the screen. I'm also in the Daniel Carson portal. Now, if you are one of our clients today, you might think the home screen does look a bit differently. This is just one of our many new dashboards that we have released in Perfect Portal. The clients who are joining us today, this is your first glance into these new dashboards. So I'm just going to run through a couple of these new dashboards with you just to give you a quick preview before we go into the whole client journey from start to finish. So the first dashboard I want to show you today is the new business team dashboard. So this dashboard is created for members of your quoting team. So the way that this dashboard works is that a member of the quote team logs into Perfect Portal and they can see straight away what leads they haven't actioned, the leads that haven't unconverted, converted, or declined. All these different tiles here on the top of the screen are all interactive. So if you hit one of those figures, that will take them into the relevant leads. So what you see here as well on the left-hand side of the screen is your today reminders. So it's nice and visual for them. They have a whole list of reminders due for that day. And what they can do as well, all these different leads are hyperlinked. So if they hit one of those leads there, that will take them directly into that lead. They also got a quick snapshot of their most recent 20 converted leads, which is fantastic because you can see the average conversion time just here on the right-hand side of the screen. If I go a bit further down as well, they do have their upcoming reminders. So a bit of a visualization of a calendar, which is fantastic to see because you can see what reminders they have due for that day. So for day the 27th, I have 7 reminders due for that day, but I can also see what I have due for next week. So this is all for your quote handlers. Look, if I continue to scroll down a bit further on the page, you can see a bit of a leadership board just here on the left-hand side of the screen, and it builds a bit of competition between the team members. They can see, okay, Andrew, he's converting the most amount of quotes, he's getting his emails read the most. How can I beat him? So it does show some competition between the staff, and you do have your leadership board here just on the right-hand side of the screen as well. They can also quickly see where their leads are coming from and if they are being converted or not. The next dashboard I'm going to show you today is our new business admin dashboard. So this is that team member who's in charge of the new business team. They can see overall how that team is performing. So likewise, as soon as they log into Perfect Portal, they can see the number of leads that haven't been actioned, unconverted, converted, or declined. Once again, they see a snapshot of the most recent 20 converted leads. Also, they see the lead owner here on the right-hand side of the screen. They can also see a quick reminder of the reminders due for the whole team for the whole day. So you can see that they got 72 reminders due for that day, and they got 48 reminders due, overdue, sorry. So as well on the right-hand side, you got your upcoming reminders. So you can see here, they can really performance manage the staff from here. So they can see, for example, Bruce Willis, he has 5 reminders due for that day. He's only completed 3, has 2 left remaining and 2 overdue. So you can go in there, hit those leads and see, okay, how can I help them along to get those leads actions and reminders actioned. If I continue to scroll down the page as well, once again, you can see your company staff, so how well the staff is performing with generating and managing those leads. And we've also added a company office as well, so you can see how each office is performing and the average open rate and the number of reminders that haven't been actioned. We've also added in some quick links to reports, so nice and easy for that person to see any quote and conversion reports or even manage the different reports in the report suite. Likewise, scroll a bit further down the page as well. You can see where your leads are coming from. So you can see Olive Tree Hill, they've raised the most amount of quotes and converted the most amount of leads as well. So, hey, less than a bottle of wine or, of goodies just to reward them. You do have a date range, month range down here as well. So the way that it works with these new dashboards now is they feed off a month period, no longer a 30-day period. So if you do want to see, say, April's results, you can hit April and that will show you through the results there for you. We do have our business score success. So you can see over the last 6 months how well these leads are being converted. Now, all this data on this dashboard is all live data. So say, for example, you might see March here, but one of these leads might have converted over in May. So that will go up to 21, for example. So what a lot of feedback that we got from our clients, especially with our UK clients who have been using these dashboards for a little bit, they've been popping these onto TV screens to build, like you said, more competition between the staff members. They see, okay, leadership board, they're converting the most amount of leads. They also see the staff's performance as well. So it just builds that competition. They can also see their recently declined quotes as well, and the annual snapshot here on a year-on-year period there. Now, the last dashboard I'm going to show you today as well is our marketing dashboard. So this is designed for your marketing team. Once again, they can see straight away the number of private leads, referred leads, web leads, and reviews as well. That's all from the branded app, which I'll show you a bit later on today. They see a quick snapshot of the 20 converted leads and also quick links to different areas in the system as well, such as the marketing center or managing email templates within the system. If I scroll a bit further down onto this dashboard as well, they can also see where their leads are coming from. So just like the other dashboard, and they do have their business score success. So mainly for marketing, like I say, if they want to send them a present or, thank them for all the work they've been giving to us. A brand new report that we have in this is the intake analytics. So this is actually feeding off from your website. So say, for example, I got a purchase house land. I can see that 3 leads have been raised, but 2 leads have been aborted. So that means they've generated a lead, but they just exit out of the page or went somewhere else on the website. So you can actually see, if a lot of, website and intake forms are being aborted, it might be something to look at, removing the intake form from that place on the website and putting it somewhere else or wherever it is. So we can definitely work with you with that. Once again, they have that annual snapshot, so a year-on-year period, peaks and troughs, and then they got their email open rate down here as well, which is a quick overview of the number of emails that they're sending out from the system and the average open rate as well. So there's just 3 dashboards I quickly wanted to show you. This, like I said, this is a brand new feature, so you've seen it live for the first time. So if you did want a bit more training on these dashboards, we do have a few other dashboards too as well. So please feel free to reach out to us and we can book in a time to review these dashboards. But in saying that, let's get into the system and show you the whole client journey from start to finish, especially with the WebVOI. So let's start by actually generating a quote. So we're going to go to the plus sign up here. If you are a current client on this webinar, hopefully you all know this process by now. So from here, I can select my matter types. Today, I'm going to do a house and land purchase. And from there, I'll be popping in the client's information. Now, since I am integrated with Leap, what we'll do is Leap will actually do a conflict check, bring through any cards under that name. I can then lock that card in now. I can then select the referrer. So I want David Porter. He's actually referred Georgia to me. So I want to keep him updated through the whole transaction and give him access to the app as well. So I'll lock him in now. And then from here, I'll be popping in the property information. So let's say 500,000 in now. I'll type out our property address. And then from there, I've got my house and land questions. So they're my stamp duty. So let's go yes, yes, no, generate quote. Now, since I am integrated with InfoTrack here, it's actually looking up that address under that council and pulling through the relevant fees onto the quotes, just making it nice and transparent for the client. So that's just one example of our InfoTrack integration. So you can see here the outstanding notices, that's pulling from InfoTrack. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is now email the quote off to the client. So nice and easy to do. I'm going to go to actions here just on the right-hand side of the screen, hit email quote, and then this will bring up a pre-populated email template. Now you can have a whole host of different email templates within the system. With that quote email, I've actually attached a few documents. I attached a buying and selling guide just for their reference, and also a little information sheet about the app. Now you can personalize this email before sending it, but you do have these things in brackets. They're BB codes, also known as merge fields. So that's going to populate all that information for you. So let's go ahead and send that email. And what I've actually done as well is I linked this quote email for an instant text message to be sent to the client. So we'll let that go through, take a couple of seconds. There we go. So I got my text message. I'll open up that text message, and this is what the client will receive. So it's pretty much like a quick prompt for the client to go in there, check their email, and make the whole process just a bit more faster from your perspective, because you want to get them to instruct you straight away. So I got that text message, and I will go now into my emails and show you how that quote email looks like. So I'll jump into my emails real quick. All right, so I've got my email here. And this is my branded email that the client will receive. So you can see here straight away, they'll get this beautiful branded email template. They'll have those 2 call to action buttons just here. They'll have a little information about the app, but also add a little bit of bio about myself. So today I'm Bruce Willis. So a little bit of information about me just there. Like I said, I've attached a few documents as well. So let's take a look at the actual quote. So we got our cover sheet here. So all these graphics that you're seeing at the moment, the header, the cover sheet, that's all done by our in-house graphic designer, which is all part of your subscription. So I'll continue to scroll down there for you. And then you got your cost breakdown page. So pretty much just outlines all the fees there straight away for the client, nice and easy for them to read. And then I got my back sheet as well, just to tie it in as a nice little package for the client. I've also attached a buying and selling guide. So a little bit of information about the buying and selling process for their reference. And then I've also attached an information sheet about the app. So it lets the client know straight away, this is how we're going to communicate to you. You're going to receive updates via our app. You'll be able to chat to us, to rate your experiences, and also verify your identity as well. So they'll get that. So I'll X out of that one. Like I said, you've got those 2 call to action buttons. But before I do that, I'm going to jump back into Perfect Portal. And we're just going to take a look at some scheduled actions that I've set up. So this is some automation that we've set up in Perfect Portal. So the way that this works is if the client doesn't hit one of those instruction buttons, so either the instruct or request the callback, an automatic text message will be sent out to the client within 10 minutes. Once again, just prompting the client to go into their emails and check that quote and instruct you as soon as possible, but also set up a automatic chase email to be sent out in 24 hours as well. Now, with this automation, obviously you can choose to reschedule it by hitting this reschedule up here. So you might have spoken to the client on the phone. They said, hey, give us a week to think about it. You can change the day and time. You can also preview the automation here, just on the right-hand side of the screen. Likewise as well, if you didn't want to just cancel it completely, you have that option now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back into that email and actually instruct Daniel Carlson Lawyers. So from the client's perspective, I'm going to hit click to instruct. That's going to open up a new tab with my confirmation. So thank you, Georgia, for choosing Daniel Carlson Lawyers. I'll hit next, and then from here, the client can actually confirm all their contact and property information. They can also leave any additional notes as well if they need to. So once they're happy with all of that, they'll hit confirm details. Then from here straight away, they'll be able to activate their online portal and branded app. Now, from here, you can see there that the button says log into my account. Now, that is because I've already set up an account with this email address. But if it's a brand new client, they've never used you before, they never set up a portal with you before, that button, this button here, will say activate my account. They hit that button, it'll take them to a page which they set their password. Once they've set their password, they have access to that online portal, and it will prompt them to download the app as well. But I'm going to go back into Perfect Portal. I'm just going to refresh this page. Now, since I hit that instruction button, you can see there that the automation has canceled completely automatically. So like I said, you just email the quote out from the system, and Perfect Portal is doing all that chase up for you. So you can just sit back and just focus on your other work that you need to do. But since the client has instructed me, I'm going to go ahead and accept the quote. So nice and easy to do. You can hit accept quote here, just on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, this is going to confirm all my matter details before I push it over into Leap. So I'm just going to hit next on this one. Now, when I get to this stage here, clients and other contacts, this is the first part of that WebVOI integration. So I'll hit next, and then a little pop-up will appear. So this is just Perfect Portal telling you to make sure all that contact information is correct before pushing over into Leap. Obviously, if you need to change it, just hit go back and you can amend those details. But if they're all fine, just hit yes and continue. So I'll hit yes and continue on this one here. Since I'm integrated with Leap, I'm also going to push this to a recurring matter folder. So I'll hit it to purchase. And I can also assign to someone else in the firm. So when I do assign to someone here, they'll get sent an email saying that they have a new matter assigned to them, but I'll keep it just allocated to me today. I'll hit next, accept, and now this is pushing the matter over into Leap for me. Fantastic. I'm just going to grab that matter ID just up here. And I'm going to open up my Leap account now. See that? Pretty fast. So I'm going to open up that right there. And that's created the file for me. So you can see here in my correspondence, this is everything that I've done with Perfect Portal, that automation with the text message, that instruction that I've hit as a client. I've also have my 2 recurring matter folders just down here. Okay, so from here, I got my key stages. So I'm going to hit key stages. And for the people who are joining today who are not familiar with the key stages, this is all that branded communication that will go out to the client. Behind each one of these updates that you see on your screen at the moment is personalized and branded communication to all the parties involved in the matter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is going to send this very first key stage, which is matter created login details. I've actually set this key stage to go out as a text message and a push notification to the client. So let's send that very first key stage. And the good thing about this very first key stage as well is that I've actually linked this for the client to get login details to activate their account, the online portal and app, if they haven't done so already. So let's just send that very first update. Perfect. You see my push notification has come through. We'll wait a couple of seconds for that text message to come through. There it is. And that's just a preview there, just on the phone on the right-hand side of the screen of that personalized communication going out to the client. And it always will prompt them to go into the app and view the updates within there. So let's exit out of that one. And what I'm going to do now is actually run through the WebVOI today, which I'm sure all of you wanted to see so far for today. So let's exit out of those key stages. And the way that the VOI works, it works exactly the same process for you guys. So there's no difference at all. But what I'm going to do is going to hit VOI. I'm actually going to show you from the client's perspective as well, because I know probably a few clients who are joining us today haven't seen it from the client's perspective. So it's good just to show you and give a bit of a refresh of what the client actually does with the WebVOI. So let's start the VOI on Georgia. So let's hit start VOI. And then from there, I'll be confirming all the client information. So I'll scroll a bit further down. I'll add that land tile reference just down here. Fantastic. And then you got your 2 options here to your workflow. So either in person or remote. We want to do remote today because we're doing it all through the app. And then you pop in your phone number. Then you got your 2 options. So either video recording or live video call. Let's stick to video recording today. I'll hit submit. That'll take a couple of seconds to go through. All right, perfect. So I've got my push notifications that will come through onto the app. They'll be able to hit that and take them directly into now a to-do list to do within the app. Now, say for example, they don't get to that push notification in time, or, they could be out with friends, out with lunch. They don't have, the right environment to do the WebVOI. They'll still get a branded email sent to them. So I'll jump into my emails. I'll give you a quick look at how that looks. So they'll get this branded email sent from the system. You can see here it has no reference to InfoTrack branding whatsoever. It's all your brand. Now, the feedback that we have received from the clients is that the WebVOI is being done quicker and faster because it's coming from their brand, and the client feels a bit more secure with an email coming from them and the solicitor and the lawyer. So they'll get that email. They can choose to view my to-do list. We'll take them onto the online portal if you're on a desktop, but if you're on like Gmail on your phone or something like that, and they hit view to my to-do list, that will take them into the app. Today, we're going to do it all through the app. So in saying that, you can see on my screen at the moment is that the client now has a to-do list to complete. So it's very easy for them. They can access their to-do list by hitting a little burger menu on the top left-hand side of the screen. They can hit to do, and that will take them into their to-do list. Or if they go to their home screen just here, which is pretty much just an overview of the whole matter and where it's up to, they have my to do there and they can action that now. Okay, so let's get into it. I'll hit submit documents, and that's going to take me directly into InfoTrack's platform. Like I said, I'm just going to show you the whole client journey from start to finish with the WebVOI. So let's continue on this one. And it keeps it nice and clear with the process for the client. So they know straight away, okay, got to take a photo, record a video, upload your documents, and then you're done. So it just makes it nice and easy for them. Let's hit continue. And from there, they just got to verify their phone number. So just a 2-factor authentication code. There you go, come through pretty quick. Pop that in now, continue. And then from there as well, up the top, they do have that timeline. So every time they can complete a stage with the WebVOI, you can see they have a bit of a green tick once it's completed. Now from here, they need to take a passport style photo. So they can choose to obviously upload from their photo library or take a brand new one. Obviously the photo can't be, you know, them posing or with friends or anything like that. It needs to be very neutral. So today I'm going to take a fresh photo of myself. So let's hit take photo. Done, use photo, and that's going to upload there for me, and I'll hit save and continue. Now from there, they'll do their video recording, so they have to say this 4-digit code out loud, nice and clear. So what do we have? 7423. 7423. Go, I'll use that video. I'll bring that across so you guys can see that one. Cool, and I'll hit save and continue. All right, so from there, they just got to upload their 3 forms of ID documents. So I'll hit continue there, and they choose from the first one. So let's do my government photo ID. I'll hit take photo. Once again, it does remind them to make sure it's not blurry, there's no glare, and it's nice and clear. So let's hit take photo. Once again, they can choose from their library or take a fresh one. Let's hit take photo. Perfect, I just got my business card for this example today. Can't be sharing my real address with you guys, unfortunately. So I'll pop that there. Hit save and continue, and then they add another form of ID. So let's do our full birth certificate. Same process, take photo. Okay, use photo. Righty, and then they just pop in all the relevant information down here. Now, if this was a real birth certificate, this will all feed in automatically. So let's just pop it in manually just for now. Okay, 996. And save and continue. Okay, and then they are at that last form of ID. So let's do our Centrelink card. And I do like to say the process is very easy for the client. I think anyone could do it. I always like to joke with my clients saying, if my mother can do it, anyone can do it. She's terrible with technology. But yeah, she's not too bad with Facebook though, so I'll give her that. So I'll add that Centrelink card there. And then from here, they have their 3 forms of ID there. So they can add a 4th document if they need to, but 3 is just the minimum at this stage. So let's hit continue. And then from there, it will just ask the client if the name is the same across all 3 ID documents. If they're not the same, then they'll just hit yes and upload that name change document. But if it's all the same, they'll just hit no. And then from there, they just need to add in their date of birth. They can add that middle name if they need to, but I'll just add in my date of birth here. There we go. And now they're reviewing their documents. So they got their photo there, ID documents. They can choose to upload and edit them if they need to, but they can simply just click, I've checked all the details above are correct, continue. From there, they just sign it off and then submit. Perfect. So from here, they can hit back to my to-do list, and that's going to take them directly back into the app. And you can see there that the documents have been submitted and a big green tick that says completed. So everything's done in the app, that's all done. And this is exactly the same process for you guys. So you'll receive that email saying that the client has submitted their WebVOI. Let's head back into my WebVOI dashboard. We'll go back to my dashboard here, continue VOI. Let's verify my phone number. Wait for that to come through. Here it is. Okay, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 3, 7. There we go. Perfect. So all this has come through from the app. You can see here, they'll see the pictures, they verify the video, making sure they say that 4-digit code correctly. And then from there, they can hit request submission. So say, for example, one of the documents aren't up to standards, they can select which recording or what document it is. They'll hit that, hit confirm, and from there, the client will receive a push notification saying, hey, this document does not meet standards, please re-request, or they will still receive that branded email sent to them as well saying, hey, please resubmit your documents. But let's just leave it how it is today. I'll hit continue. I'll sign it off. Submit WebVOI, and then you're done. So from there, that will go to the Australian Government Document Verification Service, and they verify that ID from there. So let's jump back into Leap, because all of that's going to feed back into my Leap account for me, which you can see here. All right, so from here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue with the key stages and how it all works with the client app. So let's exit out of that one. And what I'm going to do now is going to go back to my key stages, and I'm going to send the very next key stage. So let's go with contract that has been received. Got my push notification. I'll open up that one there, hit take me there. And then they can see their latest update straight away as soon as they log into the app. So the way that the key stages work, every single time you send an update, it will move closer and closer to the house. So it just creates that fun user experience for the client. So what I'm going to do now is hit view all updates, and that's going to have my matter progress there. So you can see, okay, 2 big green ticks. The first 2 key stages have been completed, and then what's left to be completed as well here. Perfect. So once again, these key stages are designed to save you time. You're not spending, 10 minutes on the phone talking to the client, then 10 minutes on the phone talking to the referrer. Is one button and sending out that branded communication. You can always tell the clients to refer back to the app if they want to keep updated. And what a lot of our clients actually do is say to the clients, hey, this is how we're actually going to communicate to you. If you want updates, just log in, okay? So we got those updates. And what we actually released with the app as well is the chat and document share feature. So if I go to chat just up here, so the way that chat works is that you do need to initiate the conversation for them to have access to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type out a message. Let's have a look. And then from there, I can hit this little paperclip. I can either choose to upload from my computer, so it could be like an ad hoc document or anything like that, or select from Leap. So the way that it works with Leap is any documents that you have in your correspondence that will feed into there. So any initial letters, anything like that. But I'm just going to do my quote today. From there, I'm going to send, and then I got my push notification. There you go. So it's all within the app. Obviously, the client can reply back as well. So let's just do a quick chat back. Perfect. And then that will feed back into Leap as well in a couple of seconds. So the way that that works is obviously the client is not going to be in the app waiting for you to reply back. You're not going to be waiting for the client to reply back as well. What will happen is you'll get an email sent to you within 5 minutes if the message has not been opened yet. Okay. So from there, what I'm going to do is head back to my key stages. And we'll send a couple of other key stages just to show you some other features with the app. Now, the cool thing about the app as well, that all the documents are in one place for the client. So if I hit my documents just here, that's going to show me all the documents that have been submitted to me through the app. So they say, an app on your phone is the app for life, especially when they have all these important documents for them, is all in one place for them. They can always refer back to it if they need to. So they got their documents down. With the app as well, they can also tailor make what communication they want. So say, for example, they might only check their, emails, here and there, maybe once a month like me, if I have a bill or anything like that. So they can toggle off the communication and just make it just for them. If I go back into my matter list here, this will show you all the matters they've had with you within Perfect Portal. So it could be, a house and land purchase, it could have been a will, it could have been anything like that. That's all going to be in the app for you. So I'll open up that current update that we're looking at, and I'll go into my details section just here. And that's going to give you an overview of the whole matter. So you can see there a bit about Bruce Willis. Obviously, you just saw my face. I look nothing like Bruce Willis, but they have that bio there just to give that personal touch to the client. Matter details, your cost breakdown, and they can always refer back to the quote if they need to within the app all there. Perfect. All right. Well, let's send a couple of other key stages. So I'll go back to my key stages just up here. Okay, let's do our settlement has been booked with all parties. Because with this key stage, I've actually linked that to a review that the client can give to us. So we'll hit that key stage. We'll look at how this looks. So they'll get this 5-star up to 5 questions, and they'll just give you a rating out of 5 stars. So nice and easy. Let's give Bruce a 5 out of 5. And let's type in great communication. So with these results here, we can actually feed these to your website through our review widget. So basically, if they give you, a 4 stars, a 5 stars, we can feed these directly onto your site. But a lot of clients do use this feedback that you see on your screen at the moment as testimonials in their social media posts, anything like that. So let's hit submit. That's done. And now let's send that very last key stage, which is settlement has been completed, because this one's my favorite one with all the fireworks. Let's open up that one now. There we go, and we got your fireworks. So you pretty much, the client gets excited. They're showing their friends, saying, "Hey, look, my truck's finally made to the house." They're, generating that word of mouth for you. So a great client experience for them with the app. And the cool thing about these different key stages as well is I showed you the automation a bit earlier in the system, but with the automation, you can also set up automation with these key stage updates. So say, for example, you have settlement has been completed and you want to set up a automation email or text message to go out, say, in 3 to 6 months time. And you could say, "Hey, I hope the move went smoothly. If you're interested in doing a will with us, we'll give you 20% off. Or if you refer one of your friends to us, we'll give you 20% off as well." So that's all set up with the system. So even when the matter is completed, Perfect Portal is, generating work and leads for you in the background. What they can do as well is, like I said, an app on a phone. There's an app for live. They can come in here, refer a friend to you, and that will upload directly into your Perfect Portal account. And that's pretty much the whole branded app experience from start to finish. Obviously, they get those updates, it's on their phone, and then they complete their WebVOI. So I'll jump back into the presentation, just wrap things up for us. As you can see from the demonstration, the integration between Perfect Portal, InfoTrack, and Leap is seamless. It just makes the client journey more streamlined, as in everything's in one place for the client. And this is just one of the many new onboarding processes that we are building within the app. Just don't take our word from it. You can see from one of our beta testing firms, Peter Stewart, her experiences with the WebVOI process and how it just makes the client journey just more streamlined. Now, with this feature, we do have a pretty high intake of clients wanting this, especially with the WebVOI. So if you do want to get in, we do have a bit of a wait list. So please let your account manager know or me know, and we can get this all set up for you. So finally, let's see if we have any questions. Okay, so we got a question here. So with the VOI, it is only applicable with the branded app package, the premium package. So if you are just using Perfect Update, it would not work, unfortunately. You need to be on the brand premium package. How quick does it take to enable integration? It's really quick. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Basically, we just drop in a line of coding and it's all set up for you. So it doesn't take too long at all. Does a VOI auto link with the app? Do we need to change any settings on our side? No. So basically, like I said, only 5 to 10 minutes to set up in the InfoTrack and Perfect Portal. Just with the app, obviously, like I said, you do need that premium package for it to have the WebVOI. What's the cost for the WebVOI? That is $9.95 from my memory. That's not including the CAF. With the branded app package, it is $9 per matter per transaction, but like I said, and what a lot of clients do as well, they add that in as a disbursement, which is pop up their fee by $10. What else do we have here? We've got a lot of questions today. Can I use WebVOI with my branded app if I don't have Leap? Like I said at the start, not yet, but we are looking for beta clients to test the integration from non-integrated firms. So if you are interested, please let me know. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. If you do have any further questions at all, please get in contact with us straight away. If I didn't get around to answering your questions, I will send through an email to you guys and answer your questions, or I'll give you a quick call. But yes, have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye.